Today, I'm sharing some things that I've learned after 1 year of running a membership for commercial real estate professionals. Hello, and welcome to episode 63 of the show. My name is Darren Krakowiak, and I equip commercial real estate professionals with proven client attraction and retention systems so they can save time, earn more, and be top performers in their market. It's so great to have your company. Today's episode is brought to you by Released, a cloud-based commercial property management platform which centralizes portfolio data, automates workflows, and provides real-time reporting for landlords and property managers. Today, I will be talking about our membership, and if it is something that you think could work for you, go to cresuccess.co/membership for more information. So today, I do want to talk to you about what I've learned from running a membership for commercial real estate professionals. CRE Success membership was something that I launched back in November of 2020. It was something that I'd been working on for a while. I'd been doing the business CRE Success since April, and I guess I was trying to find the best way that I could serve people in my network. And even though it wasn't great to be in lockdown for many, many months of 2020 because I'm here in Melbourne, that period of lockdown helped me understand a way that I could serve people better through an online platform, and membership is where I landed. I'd been in some memberships myself to help me in other areas, and I kind of liked the format, the modality, the idea of there being a little bit of curriculum and content, a little bit of access and coaching, and also the idea of being part of a community. And I felt that that was something that I could have used at certain points of my commercial real estate career. Certainly when I came back to Melbourne and I noticed that there were some people who specifically did not want to help, I realized that there must be some other people who feel there's something missing, who want to be around like-minded people who are also interested in developing themselves, being the best version of themselves, learning and growth, supporting each other, but aren't getting that, whether it's in their team or in their workplace or whether it might be. So I figured that there must be an audience, a market, some people who needed that. At the same time, though, I was probably a little bit worried about launching it and nobody joining. Because even though I felt it was something that people needed, I was worried that what if people needed it, but then they felt that they didn't need it from me? But then I decided, well, if not me, then who? And if not now, then when? So I launched it. And the launch went pretty well initially, considering it was the first time that I'd launched a digital product. We had 11 people join. 8 different countries now are in the membership in terms of the demographics. We've got 42 people in the membership now, including the US, Canada, Vietnam, Barbados, Singapore, Indonesia, Korea, and also Australia. People from 5 different states in Australia inside this membership. We've got people who work for global service providers like JLL, CBRE, Colliers, Savills. We've got people who work for big national firms like Ray White, for specialist firms like Franklin Shanks, for local firms like Lemon Baxter. We've got people who work on the periphery of the industry but related, like Steelcase. And we've got people who work for themselves, individuals who own their own businesses and are looking to plug into a bit of support to help them learn and grow and to develop themselves as commercial real estate professionals. So what I wanted to do today was share with you 5 ways that I've noticed our members are benefiting from being part of CRE Success membership. And I wanted to just point out some areas where people are making progress in ways that I didn't expect, because I'd been part of other memberships, as I mentioned, and I knew the results that I'd gotten, and probably part of the results that I'd gotten were based on the results that I wanted or the expectations that I had. But then people were making progress and getting results in other areas, which was surprising. And that was really something which I enjoyed seeing, because the membership and also this content that I create through the podcast is in the overall context of this business that I've now been running for 18 months, it's the smallest portion of the revenue. However, it's probably the most rewarding because it's where I'm able to make the broadest impact. So the podcast is listened to by hundreds of people every week. The membership, I know that the people who join the membership are really committed because they're paying their own money, and the membership is really there as a vehicle to help them achieve their professional goals. So seeing people make that progress, seeing them make that commitment to themselves, and then achieving the progress that they were looking for has been very, very rewarding. So let me talk to you about 5 ways that I've seen people benefit. I think the first way is just through making professional progress. And there are some obvious ways that people have made progress. So people making more revenue. So one of our members is crossing to the $1 million GCI mark this year, and fantastic to see him do that. We've had another member, 2 members in fact, who just needed additional resources at work, very, very busy, lots of things on their plate, and they needed to get more support. So we talked about how it is that they can get more support and to get commitment from their employer to employ somebody else who can help them fulfill their role. We also had 3 members this year who have changed jobs, and all 3 of them have moved into the job that they were looking to get. One of them from a role in all of them were working for commercial real estate service firms. 2 of them have gone to the client side, and one's gone to another firm, but in the role or in the department that they were looking to work in. And that was really unexpected, the fact that people, one, were able to do that, but also that the membership was able to help them in that way. Now, these people were all annual members, which means they get some one-on-one support included in their membership. And certainly during that one-on-one time, we're talking about the pros and cons of changing, how to prepare for that interview, and also how to prepare for the transition into the new role. And I'm not saying that the membership is the reason why they got the job, but certainly the membership was there to support them when they were making that decision. And whether you're an annual member or a monthly member, you do get support through the community, the online community, through the monthly calls, but annual members also get a bit of additional one-on-one private support. So I guess the second way that people are getting benefits from the membership is just through the questions that are asked. So it's not only the ability to ask a question yourself, but it's the ability to answer questions and also just to hear other people's questions. I feel like when you answer a question, you often are forced to look at things from a slightly different perspective and then to provide an insight which can help you get more clarity on the way that you see things. Because if you really understand something, then you're better able to explain it to somebody else than if you didn't understand something. And of course, just the ability to be able to ask a question is a benefit, and to not only get an answer from me, but also to get an answer from other people inside the community. And Kamlesh is one of our members who is really proactive when it comes to being active in the community and providing answers to people when they've got questions. The third way which people are benefiting is just through the resources. So there's a huge online library of curriculum that our members have access to, and a couple of specific ways that I can think of that actually were talked about in a episode that I did. I'll link in the show notes this episode where we interviewed a few of the members during our last membership opening. One was with Andrew, who spoke about how he wasn't getting a lot of results from his prospecting, and then just going over one item from the email prospecting workshop that we did in one of our monthly sessions, where we talked about writing more succinct emails, having a subject line which is short but sharp, generally one word is better, making the email slightly personalized so it doesn't look like spam, so the person knows it's specifically for them, but also the call to action, and making the call to action a very, very small ask and not some huge thing like trying to get a meeting or getting someone to come out and look at a building, but just seeing if there's any interest in what you've pointed out in that email. And that's something which people can say yes to without having to give up a lot, and how that was helping him filter through and understand who the right prospects were for him to target. The ones who were basically just raising their hand and going, yeah, I'm interested. Tell me more. So Andrew talks about, in that episode, I mentioned how that benefited him. And so does Sam, actually. So Sam is another member, and he talks about how he loves going over some of the content a couple of times. And each time he goes over it, there's something that resonates more. There's a new realization that comes from that. Kind of like how when you read a book after you haven't read it in a long time and you start to see things that you didn't see before, or you watch a movie that you haven't seen in a while and you have a slightly different perspective. I think as you continue to learn and grow and you review material, there are things that you see that you didn't perhaps see in the past. And as a member, all of that material is there for you to watch and review at any time. The fourth way that members are getting support is through the support that the membership provides, right? And Lisa has a great line in that episode I've talked about where she says that she feels like she's high on Gatorade after our meetings. And I'm glad that she said Gatorade and not some other substance, but I think that just shows how when you're in a membership surrounded by people who are of a like mind, it can just lift you up. It can give you that little spring in your step. It can be that one thing that sometimes is missing that you can need to rise to that next level and also to keep going. And the fifth way is through accountability. And I knew that the membership would be able to do this. And that's one part that I do try and make sure that I'm responsible for, and also holding other people responsible, which is where the accountability element comes in. And in that podcast episode, Jonathan talks about how he really enjoys the accountability element. So making a commitment, and then we come back and we check in and we see how people have done with their commitments. And a couple of times when people have made commitments, I've gone into our private online community and I've tagged the people and said, how are you going with this? What's happening with that? We also do that kind of goal setting through the one-on-one meetings as well. So look, the membership's not for everyone. If you're the sort of person who's more of a lone wolf who wants to go alone, then maybe you're better off going alone. They say if you go alone, you'll go faster. But if you want to go further, go together. If you feel like being in a community of like-minded people is something that could help you, then I invite you to go to cresuccess.co/membership and to register your interest. We only open up the membership 2 times a year. If you are listening to this episode as it's released in the second last week of November, then we're opening up the membership to people outside of North America literally tomorrow, right now. So go to cresuccess.co/membership. If you are outside of North America, we'll be opening up to you in a couple of weeks, and you can register for our event, which is cresuccess.co/thepath. Join the Path to Success, where we'll have a special offer for people in North America. But if you are listening later, cresuccess.co/membership, that page will always be there. And if the membership is not open at the time, because as I said, we only open 2 times a year, then certainly you'll be able to register your interest, and you'll be invited, the first to be invited, in fact, the next time we do open. So I hope that I've been able to share with you a little bit about what the benefits of being a member are, and given you a little bit of an insight into what I've learned about how people can benefit from being inside a membership like this. Like I said, it's not the way that I expected all of the time. It's certainly been very rewarding to run this membership. I've loved seeing the progress that people are making and the small part that I've been able to play in that. But as I said, the membership is a vehicle. It's just there to help people who are ready to help themselves. So if you're looking for a way that you can make a further commitment to yourself and to get some support with that, then I think the membership could be a great option for you. Go and check it out at cresuccess.co/membership. That's our episode for today. Thanks so much for listening, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, a little bit longer today, but that's all right. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching live or watching the replay within 24 hours, on Thursday, November 25, 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, 11 a.m. Singapore, Hong Kong time is when we're doing the Path to Success. As I mentioned, we're doing a second encore, or no, well, that'll be the first encore, which was the second session of the Path to Success for our friends in North America, where you can register for the North America one at cresuccess.co/thepath, one word. Or if you're here in Asia Pacific, cresuccess.co/path. It's getting a little bit confusing when I'm doing two ones. Anyway, hopefully you got that. And hopefully the membership is of interest to you. Like I said, it's not for everyone, but if you feel like you would benefit from being part of a community like that, and we really want people who are going to contribute, right? Who are going to bring something to the community and to help lift people up and to keep the positive vibes going. So go to cresuccess.co/membership if that's of interest to you. Really appreciate you, as always, watching these videos. I will speak to you very, very soon.